This is a place.
This is the place?
This is a place. We want to talk about. This is a place. Welcome to this week's episode of This is a Place podcast. My name is Nate.
My name is Brandon.
And happy National Hamburger, and another one says Beef Burger Day.
What's a beef burger?
It's, I guess, different than hamburgers now. You can have them be plant-based. So this one's basically saying it needs to be Beef Burger Day.
It's still a hamburger if it's plant-based, though. Why? Here's the thing. I know the name comes from Hamburg, Germany, right? But hamburger doesn't make sense because it's not ham.
Yeah. Have you seen that Nate Bargatze Saturday Night Live skit?
No, I haven't.
Where he just talks about what they're going to name stuff.
Oh, he does that one every time he goes, doesn't he?
Yeah, because, now he does it, but yeah. Cows will call beef. What's the one he says? Pigs will call pork. And chickens will call. It's like, nope. Just still call them chicken.
Yeah, that's right. I have seen that one.
Something like that. Yeah. So you can go get some deals on some hamburgers today. I know Carl's Jr. has a BOGO for their famous star, which is now like what, $6-7 for one hamburger.
Didn't they used to market on
the $6 burger?
The affordable. You don't need to go to a restaurant to get a nice
hamburger for $6. Come on. And now that's like their starting price.
Remember when Carl's Jr. just maybe even pre the Super Bowl had no app? They did have an app, but they just had no. They're not in the game like a McDonald's or a Wendy's. They were the slowest to the game with the app.
They don't have even Burger King, which I would say is pretty close to what Carl's Jr. is, has the kiosk, the app. I feel like Carl's Jr. had the app for a minute, then it went away, and then they brought it back. But you're right,
very slow to the game, but they're hitting it hard now. Like I'm getting so many emails from them. They did. Really? I think they talked about it big time with the Super Bowl, saying everybody would get a free burger.
Yeah,
they download the app, so they're really hitting the app hard, and it's probably 10 years too late at this point.
Right. They, not this last Valentine's Day, but the year before, they had this it kind of reminds me like the coupon books you give your parents or your spouse or whatever. It was a coupon book because it's like stapled together. And if you had to make a purchase and you could buy one of them coupon books for $1. And every week there was a coupon for a free item. So 52 weeks of free items. And they ranged anywhere from the famous star to a spicy chicken to breakfast sandwiches and stuff like that. So they were pretty decent deals. So you can only get one coupon book per visit. So I hit up like 5 Carl's Jr.'s that day and got a bunch of coupons, one for each one in my family. And every week we hit the Carl's Jr. by our house. So the lady began to like know us by name, when we went in there, like, or she knew exactly what we were coming in to get. But that was an amazing deal.
No purchase necessary?
Nope.
Wow.
You just got the free. And then they did a few months later, they did one for, I can't remember which holiday. And it was basically it was the same coupon book looking book, but it was just basically the same coupons you get in the mail, like buy one, get one free, or a free fry if you buy something. So I'm like, it wasn't as good. But
let me ask you a question.
Fun.
You've done all the deals. You've broke your back to get the deal, right?
I get the deals.
Whenever I do something, if it were me, just put you in my mindset. If I were to do something like that, I would worry about the people getting upset or judging me or thinking, oh, this guy's just trying to ruin, take advantage of the system. But my impression is these workers really don't care. They're probably
No,
like, proud of you for it's just that thing I think that they're gonna like maybe if it was a local business it'd be different, but they're just a cog in the system at Carl's Jr. Like they don't care.
most of the time, yeah. It's kind of like going to the movie theater. You're not supposed to take outside food and drinks. And most of the workers that I've seen that have done like the YouTube videos and stuff say, at the end of the day, we really don't care. Just don't make it obvious so that we have
Mm,
to say something, right?
yeah.
And it was funny with the Carl's Jr. thing. You were supposed to. It was each coupon was one per person, right? And a lot of times we just didn't want to take the kids over there, so just like me and my wife would go over with the 5 coupons. And every once in a while there'd be worker like, oh, you have to have 5 people here. But that lady, like I said, she's just like, okay, here you go. You know what I mean? So we would rarely take all the kids in there, but every once in a while we did. But yeah, we definitely got our money's worth. Love the coupons.
Do you feel accomplished when a place such as Carl's Jr. in this case changes something drastically, likely because of you or people like
Probably.
you? Is
Yeah.
there like an accomplishment or is it they figured it out?
No, no, I don't feel like I can take Carl's Jr. under, but I know there's a lot of businesses that I'm like, if Nate's getting a slamming deal, it's just a matter of time before they file bankruptcy or they're going out of business.
I mean, how many
It,
businesses have you put out on this
like
podcast
for
alone?
seriously, like Albertsons towards the end, they're still around, but not here in Utah, right? But towards the end, they were doing insanely crazy deals. It was like everything was free. So I
Yeah.
remember that one going down. Blockbuster, when they started doing crazy deals, went down. Big Lots started doing crazy deals, went down. Um, who else?
I'll say this maybe as a warning to anybody that wants to come on our podcast.
Oh,
If you come on our podcast, you may go out of business. Not
you
because of
may.
Nate and his deals, but I think we've got kind of a curse with our podcast for these smaller businesses that we go and visit.
That's right. My next one on the chopping list is probably Dollar General. That's been my
Mm,
new place because there's a lot of influencers who do their channels about how to get deals there. So we go every Saturday, and some of the deals are just pretty crazy
I saw someone feeding my family of five for like $5 or something.
at
It
Dollar
just
General. Probably,
is crazy stuff like that.
yeah. Some of these guys, which is kind of nice, that with these videos that people make, they show just how to do it, so you don't have to like do all the research and stuff. You
Hmm.
have apps, and a lot of stuff that's just on the app. So,
I've never been
anyways,
inside a Dollar General.
I had never. I don't think. I think Dollar General is fairly new to Utah in the last decade or so. Because I remember seeing ads for them all the time. Like, there's no Dollar Generals here, and then they opened up a few. They closed the one down in Midvale. That one closed down a month or so ago. But I don't know if that was just because of sales or the location was bad or
Where was it?
where was it? It was in between the I-15 and State Street, like over by that pawn shop. So it was
Mm,
a really weird location. They got a lot of that area is very high populated with unhoused people.
mm,
And so I think that might have something to do with it. Because I think I went to that pawn shop to look for a video game thing for my kids like a month or two ago. And I'm like, oh, Dollar General's right here. I'm gonna want to pop in and see if they have anything. And I go to open the door and it's like locked. And I'm like, huh? Then I read the sign that says only 2 people at a time. And then it said like we're going out of business or closing the
mm.
store. And everything was like 90% off. But it was weird. They could only let 2 people in the store at a time. It was weird.
That is way weird.
So
They were just being
I waited
ransacked.
around and it made it worth it because I mean, there were so many cheap things. But I really think that might be the next one on the chopping block. Dollar General might be going down, even Family Dollar for that matter. I don't think they're all doing as well as they used to could.
It kind of feels that we're going into a recession, doesn't it? It
Yeah.
kind of gives those vibes. But places like that
Oh,
or a dollar store, they thrive in recession times. So it's
but
like,
guess what? Big Lots is coming back.
what?
Yeah, they're not so far. They've announced Utah, but somebody bought them out of the bankruptcy or something like that. So they're reopening a whole bunch of locations.
Hmm.
So that's interesting. And they probably won't come back to Utah because they know there's people like Nate that they didn't make money off of. But I do, yeah, you're right. I've been saying for a few years now, and like something's got to be coming in the economic game. We've been living the high life too long, and there
Yeah.
hasn't been. Normally every decade or every decade there's a some sort of recession, and everyone
Downturn.
says, oh well, COVID. I'm like, I don't know if that really counts
It was like
as
a
a recession. That was
recession
a
light,
forced.
forced
Yeah,
recession.
it felt weird, but even during the recession or the recession, the COVID, there was people were getting free money and stuff, so it kind of almost felt like the opposite of a recession. There was
Hmm.
just a lot of buying going on. So yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Housing is the most unaffordable it's ever been, as far as like what people make and what the pricing is. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Something's something's brewing.
I just got a text from Iceberg that says it's National Hamburger Day. Today at Iceberg, get a free fry. I'm like, what?
What? A free
What?
fry?
Free fry when you purchase a hamburger. So I guess at least you have to purchase a hamburger. But I'm like, shouldn't they do something like give you a free hamburger if you buy a free fry? Just if you're,
Another sign of the recession, man. It's coming.
oh, they can't afford to give away the beef.
Iceberg can't give away beef. If we do go into a recession, and it comes really soon, like this summer, for example, we got
Coming this summer.
a coming this summer, a recession near you. We have a foolproof list. You can still have fun here in Utah, even if you can't afford typical summer activities.
That's right.
Nate's assistant provided us with a comprehensive
I
list.
talked to myself, and the reason I'm thinking about it is because this week and next week graduations are going down.
We just had Memorial Day.
We just have Memorial Day.
It's
Usually school's
summer.
done by Memorial Day, so it's interesting that kids are. It's got to be useless for kids to go to school this week and even next week. Everybody's probably checked out, teachers and or students. But yeah, like for example, my son graduates tonight
Congratulations.
over at the Maverick Center. So I'm like, what are things that kids? I wanted to say teenagers because they're the
Why just
ones who get
teenagers?
more
We can enjoy this stuff too.
teenagers, everyone of all
Kids
ages.
at heart.
But we don't have to get up and go to school. We our jobs continue.
That's
So the kids
true.
have time off. What are they supposed to do in the summer to pass the time? So the
It's a little bit
assistant,
nostalgic too, right? Like looking back on the things we did when we were teens in the
I
summer.
know it should almost have two lists. What did we do and what did kids do now?
And we'll talk about both those things, of
Very
course.
different. Very different. I spent my summers playing, working at classic skating.
It was play. Let's be real.
Oh, it really was. I mean, I was talking to my son about that. It's like it was kind of fun going to work and just hanging out with your friends, doing a little work here and there. But really, you're just people were paying to have a summer pass to classic, which was like $15 or something back in the heyday for the whole
Jeez.
summer. Because we were just talking about how some parents, my oldest son, is going to be working at the Redwood Road Rec Center as a lifeguard. And I said some parents are going to use the pool as an excuse to drop their kids off, and it's a babysitter for them. So the kids will just be there all day. And I said a lot of parents did that at classic skating because for $15 or whatever, you got a summer pass or drop your kids off at the fun center, and then we were their babysitters for the day. So I asked my assistant, what are the top 10 Utah summer activities for teenagers? And maybe it's because AI gets to know who you are, right?
Mm,
So it might have put this number. It put this number one on the list. So this is not me. This is, I mean,
it is
my
you.
assistant. It
It's
is
your
me.
it's your AI
My
algorithm.
yeah. It says, and it's interesting. It says number one is late night pickleball. Why do you have to wait till night? Mine's it. It doesn't really know me because I don't really play pickleball at night. I play it early in the morning. But Utah
You
teens play
could,
until it says they play until midnight
if
in
you want, you
driveways,
could
parks,
play.
and lit courts, and that's true. Any and people were asking last night in a I think it was Facebook chat asking what courts in the valley, Salt Lake County, that have lights past like 9 or 10 o'clock, besides the one over in Bluffdale because they stay on pretty late. They're not super close to residential, so it doesn't really bug anybody.
Yeah.
But see, people are already asking like, how late can we play the pickleball?
Why
So
don't
and
you
that's
play at
fun.
night? Because you
It's fun.
play in the morning. Is that why you don't play at night?
I do play in the morning. Night's hard just because of all the activities that are going on. So many activities. I have other sports, and that's basically the reason why. I love it though, and I probably will, and I kind of want to play a little bit more at night. It's just fun being outside. I mean, I love playing softball at night when it's dark. So pickleball is just as fun,
Night
and
sports are fun.
this
Like
is true.
thinking back
Night
to
active.
my teenage or childhood years and doing night stuff. I mean, one of my favorite scenes. I just showed my kids The Sandlot for the first time the other day, and my one of my favorite scenes was the
The
Fourth of
fireworks.
July night game they do, and just that's so fun. Or when I'd play basketball late at night, just on my court at with my friends at
Oh
home,
yeah, we
just
would.
so much fun.
We had basically a half court basketball court in my backyard growing up, and it was weird. It kind of I don't know if they did this on purpose. My parents did it purpose, but like it was a square, and it was kind of set up for like four square, the basketball court. So we would play four square. We play tornado, lightning, elimination, whatever you call it. Just and we would be in the backyard and through where the neighbors would like poke their head over the fence, like, I know you guys are on your summer vacation, but I got to go to work tomorrow. Please shut up. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So we were outside, and nighttime was just the ultimate. So pickleball, though, we're talking about pickleball.
Let's just lump it all in: pickleball and all other sports.
Well, there's another one that we'll talk about.
All right, I'm sorry. Let's
So
follow what your assistant said.
we will circle back
Circle
to
back.
this outside
Let's
nighttime
put that on
stuff.
the table. Let's
Let's
table that.
put a pin in it. Oh, how the tables.
Oh, how the turntables.
How he's already said turntables. All right, number two, hiking with friends.
Not alone.
It says plus waterfall selfies. Like as if you, that's for Brandon. And
I
so that
love
probably
me a
knows it.
waterfall selfie.
So that's what we should do. We should do a top 10 like waterfalls
Hmm.
and go visit them.
Yes.
We'll have a summer of waterfalls
Let's
next year.
table that.
Let's table that. Put a pin on that one.
Turn
We got
that
a lot
turn
of
that table.
this is turning into a brainstorming ideas episode. So my it
Night hikes
says,
are fun too. I mean, have you done
ooh,
night hikes? It's
I
probably
have.
it's probably not
Is
specific
that
to
when you go
but
hunting? Is that when you go snipe hunting?
yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
But you got like Donut Falls. We haven't. We should go do Donut Falls. We can do
Or
Donut
Enzyme Peak,
Falls. We
man. Have
should
we not
do
done Enzyme Peak?
Enzyme Pink. I was thinking that the other day. Um, Bell Canyon.
I've done that one as a night hike.
Oh, we
Enzyme
used to
Peak
do
as a
that.
night hike is a lot of fun.
Is it?
Hmm.
That would be fun. But we used to go to Bell's Canyon, and there's a watershed up there, pond-looking thing, reservoir.
Hmm.
You're not supposed to swim in it, but we'd go swimming in it. It was fun.
as I take a drink of my Nate infused water.
Yeah, people cheap water. It becomes cheap. Frugal water
Oh, I see what you did there.
because Nate's in it anyways. This one I've never done. I had a friend who was living on an RV for a while near the Provo River, and he bought a bunch of tubes and said it was just like so much fun to go tubing on the Provo River. And it says or Weber River, so I guess they do it on the Weber River as well.
I don't even know there was a Weeb or whatever.
There you go. Now you know you can go
I've
tubing on it.
never done Provo either. Provo Weaver.
I
I've
I
done
accidentally floated down like a mile of the Provo River when I was in high school.
accidentally. Did you
I
fall
was
in?
fishing. Hmm. So I like you have to do you can't do like bait fishing on Provo River. So you have to do the other thing.
Fake
So I had
bait.
a spinner, fake bait. So I had a spinner. I had my high school girlfriend with me, and she was like on the banks reading a book. And I threw my reel in, and my hook got snagged. And so normally you can kind of like, anyways. So I was trying to get it unsnagged. So I got into the water a little bit because I was wearing a swimsuit too, and I slipped on a rock. So I did unsnag the pole because I was floating down river, and then it, you know, physics, the thing unsnagged. But it was so like deep and fast. I just had to sit there and wait till my moment was to put my feet down. And I think I probably floated at least a half mile, not a mile down the river before I could get
Jeez.
out. And it took me like an hour, not an hour, probably took me like half hour to walk back to find her. And I'm like, did you not notice I was gone for like an hour?
I
Like
could
I
have
could have been dead.
drowned.
I could have been dead.
I was kind of
So you gotta be
hoping
careful.
slipping on a rock's cool, but I was hoping it was just a really big fish. Just kind of a
Oh,
cartoony,
that would have, yeah, that'd been
like,
funny. If I'm like,
you
yeah,
get pulled in.
and I just won't let it. I won't let it
I'm
go.
not
So I
letting
just
this big one go.
get to the bottom, and that would be, yeah, that would have been
You have
interesting.
floated the Provo River before.
So I kind of floated it before.
Have you been? Did you go on any of those? I feel like I did a lot of activities with the stake you're in that was floating a river or something. I think we did the snake. No, was it the Snake River? We did some floating on some.
The Green River,
I don't know. It was up north. Not. I think it was in Idaho, but just barely in Idaho.
is that the Snake River?
I don't know. It wasn't really. I don't think it was a snake. But either way, I've
Yeah.
I've done it before. That's a fun summer activity. I'm not a big water guy, to be honest. Not
Mm.
I don't love water activities, but floating the river is always a fun one.
Yeah, we did a few well, quote unquote white ratter river trips and floating rivers as a youth, and the young men in my ward are doing that, and then like 2 weeks later, they're doing it for the stake youth. They're going floating the rivers again, so they're going to do it twice this summer. And yeah, I got in trouble as a youth for floating the river. I call it the. I think I told this story before, haven't I? Because
Go
most of
on.
the time when you float stuff, it's really mild, and so you can jump out of your boat and just like swim around.
Okay.
So I would have my friends say, "Hey, look, there's a white whale," and then I would go underwater, and then maybe my pants maybe went down to my ankles. Then I'd moon everybody like a whale coming. Anyways, and then my
I'm
state
I'm
president saw
picturing
me
it.
do it. Yeah,
Oh
my state
no.
president saw me and said some comments. It was fun, good times. So probably shouldn't do that now as an adult.
No,
Because
that's
then,
definitely a teenager activity. That one will
yeah, you
land
get
you
in
right
trouble.
into the registry
Right to the jails. So yeah, float rivers. We'll have to try that.
with your clothes on as an adult. But probably you
Then
should
you
keep your
can.
clothes on as a youth too.
It says you get bonus points if you lose a flip flop, and today is actually National Flip Flop Day too.
Oh,
Or getting sunburned in one weird spot.
one weird spot.
It's
That one
interesting. Yeah,
spot you missed with the
yeah.
sunscreen.
Well, yeah. If I,
Well, if you're
you know,
taking your pants
if
off,
I'm showing my backside,
yeah,
it can get burned pretty quick.
it's extra light.
Then number three on the list, we actually used to do this every summer as a kid, usually in July. It says Bear Lake trips.
Mm-hmm.
You ever stayed at Bear Lake?
I did. I Yes, I have as a with my family before, and then I also stayed there for a scout camp.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably was one of the leaders when you were at the scout camp.
Were you? Yeah, you
Was that
probably
when they
were.
made everybody go and you were like, weren't you like 16 or 17 when you went?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So weird.
That's weird. You were a leader.
Yeah, so I was a leader and
We
then the
won the
kids, it was
oar our
weird.
week. I don't know if you
What's that?
there was like a spirit stick of some sort that we were in the championship for, and we won it mostly because we had the best skit.
Okay. Well, wasn't it the year where it was like the steak trip?
Uh-huh.
And so everybody went, all the young men went. So whether you were, because it was a Boy Scout camp, so it was supposed to be for like 12, 13-year-old boys,
But they brought all
but
the older boys
they
too.
brought the other boys too, and they made them
Right.
go. So I felt bad because I had a bunch of boys your age that were already
Done with
Eagle
scouts.
Scouts, so they didn't need any merit badges or anything. So what I would do is, speaking of nighttime, at night after the whatever campfire, we would go into town and get shakes.
Nice.
But I wasn't there for the whole week. I only stayed up there for a few days.
Man, we could have
Got a
been
little.
friends back then. You could have taken me for shakes.
I would have
Left
known.
left me out.
Yeah,
I was just getting
you were
merit badges.
get merit badges. I don't think I even. Nope, I didn't have any boys in scouts yet. Number five is going to Seven Peaks or Lagoon day trips, but
But
it's not Seven
Seven
Peaks
Peaks
anymore,
anymore.
right? Let's just talk about the past. What is it called now? Summit?
Splash Summit?
Splash Summit.
We gotta get down there.
You got to give it a try.
Yeah. But yeah, I won one summer. I went to Raging Waters, and that was one of the most fun days of my summer. It was such a great day. I think I'd actually
I,
graduated from high school at that point. It was the
uh-huh.
summer after I graduated. We just spent the whole day there, and it was a blast.
Oh man, where was it? I feel like it was high school, but it might have been after our missions. Me and my good friend got season passes to Raging Waters down in the Rose Park area, Glendale.
Hmm.
That was fun. That was a fun summer. Like, because we were definitely older than a lot of the kids who went there, like 13, 14-year olds, but
Pool honeys.
we had some fun, and then that place slowly just went downhill.
So
And
Splash Summit
then
really the only one you can go to? Like, is there
I think
anything
that's the only.
else?
Well, no, you got Cowbunga.
But that seems like it's more for littler
I've never
kids.
been to
I've never been
Cowbunga.
either.
I think we're the office I work out of. They're going to do a Cowbunga Bay party this summer. I'm like, huh, maybe I'll go to that one just
You've
to
got
see it.
Laguna
But somebody said that
Beach,
they have a couple bigger slides at Cowbunga, but they said it's really geared towards
the younger
smaller
kids.
kids.
Yeah, I feel like there's a bit of a lack of water parks here in Utah. And I get that it's not the best business model for a place where it can only be open.
4 to 5 months out of the year.
Yeah, it's a bit of a waste,
But
but
I wonder if Splash is doing okay now that they are the only gig in town.
yeah, that's
And
true.
then you got Cherry Hills up north.
Another one I've never been to.
I haven't been to that one since I was like 13. So it's been a minute.
That one seems not lame, but that one just seems
Definitely,
more
yeah.
little
It
kid,
was,
more for little
yeah.
kids.
I mean, even classic water slides are gone.
Yeah. There's not we're lacking for water slides. I mean, you've got the rec pools and stuff like that, but like a big water slide park, all we really have is Laguna Beach and Splash Summit now.
I don't know if it's a rec center, but I heard there's a really cool like water slide and facility in Linden.
I did just see something about that. Yeah.
Is that part of a rec center or is that like its own thing?
I think it has to be. They said there's like a discount if you're a Linden resident, but it's only $5 or something. It's like really,
Look
really
cool.
cheap.
Look funnish than a regular rec center because the rec centers that do have like a water slide, they're so They're like McDonald's slides. They're not fun.
Yeah. What's it
And
called?
then some of the cool kids now, Brandon, have lagoon season passes. My daughter's already been like 3 times with her friends this year so far,
Oh wow.
and once with us. So she's definitely got her money's worth.
Her
And
money's worth?
yep, our money's worth. And this summer, the UTA's doing a teenager bus pass, a youth bus pass for $50 for the whole summer.
Not
So I'm
bad.
like, dang. So if you did have a lagoon pass, then you just go take the front runner and you're all set. Don't have to worry about parents dropping you off and all that good stuff.
Is that the next thing on the list?
Nope,
Oh.
that was tied in with Seven Peaks.
Oh, okay.
You forgot about Laguna Beach.
I
That's
said
another
Laguna
one.
Beach.
Did you? I'm sorry. You know
Laguna
how I
Beach and
don't listen
Splash
to
Summit are what
how I
we
don't
have.
listen to you.
I know, I know. That's okay.
All right. At number 6, basically swig runs and soda shop hangouts.
That is not a summer specific activity. That's an everyday activity.
That's true, but
Even December 31st.
I feel like in the summer definitely higher volume. I was over near the Macy's in Taylorsville yesterday, and the swig line was pretty long at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon because it's a hot day. I'm sure a lot of the high school kids were over there too because they had no purpose to being at school.
You can get a
I
blended
don't do
drink.
swig. I don't do swig. I do Maverick
Mm,
because I can get my whole family a dirty soda for the price of one at swig. So we go
it's
to Maverick
it's
quite a bit.
expensive.
It's been rough because it's like we spent a lot of money at Maverick lately.
So
That's another place like I get a
what
lot
do
of
they
great
do
stuff
at
from.
Maverick? Can you make your creation
So
similar to
they
a
actually,
swig?
yeah, they have all the flavorings. They have the
All the
cream.
flavorings?
They have all the good flavorings. They don't have
They have
toffee though.
the key flavorings.
They have the key ones. They got the coconut. That's the big one, right?
They
Right?
have
Coconut.
puree or
No.
just like a
So
spritz.
basically, they call it Italian soda flavorings. Is that what they are?
Mm, hmm.
So, you pump. So they have like peach, raspberry, coconut, vanilla, and the cream is the big thing, right? That's
Right.
the big thing right now. It's putting cream in it. So all the flavorings that we need that we would get at Swig, they can get there, and they have on their soda machines, their fountains, they have a LCD or LCD. Oh, how you say it? They have a screen that tells you how to make
Mm.
different types of drinks.
I'll have to try that.
And if you want to, you just go on Swig's app and look at the different things they put in the sodas you like over there, and then make your own. And I like it too. When you go to Maverick, you can kind of control like how much you put in it. If you want a little bit more of a coconut kick, then you put a little bit more coconut. You want more of the cream, put more cream.
At the dirty
You're not
soda
limited.
shops, it varies by who's making it for you.
Yeah, and I've noticed a lot of restaurants, especially the local places here, like Cafe Rio, for example, they're starting to put the flavorings
Mm.
in, so you'll get a soda so you can make, but they don't have the cream. So my little secret is you put horchata
Mm.
because then you get a little bit of the cinnamon Dr Pepper, or it's so
That
good.
that's a plus up right there.
Yeah, because I think they have diet Dr Pepper at Cafe Rio, so then you can put, yeah, it's good. So yeah, we don't go to Swig very often, and then I guess you miss out on the Swig cookies.
Mm.
If
They're
you
all right.
those, my wife knows how to make them at home, so every once in a while she'll. So just do make your Swig cookies at home. Go to
Just
Maverick.
send Nate your order. He'll make you a Maverick version of your
Yeah,
favorite swig drink,
yeah.
and Becky will make you a cookie.
It's hard because that, yeah, it's gonna get expensive. My friend, actually, back up. The girl in my office, my coworker, my assistant, I guess you should call her. She was telling me about Ninja, the brand Ninja, has a home slushy machine you can buy now.
Ooh.
And then my friend today is saying that he bought it, and he's like, I'm going through like 6 cans of Mountain Dew a day, in the slushy machines. He's
Oh
like,
my
I'm eating
gosh.
like 3, 4, 5 slushies a day. I'm like, that's dangerous to have your own slushy machine at home.
Hmm.
And have we already done an episode on Frazzles?
Yeah, we have.
That starts a week from Friday,
Yeah, free
June.
frazzle
So that's
Fridays.
another thing that you probably add to the list between the swig runs is the Friday free Frazzle Day. That's kind of a new tradition here for the summer, but only in the month of June.
Are you still just doing the zero sodas, or have you gone full into
Zero
decaf?
sodas, but then when I put the flavorings in there, I'll try to do the sugar-free ones mostly, but
Hmm.
every once in a while they don't have them, so I do. That does add quite a bit of sugar
Yeah,
into them. But I can tell you this, like all the sugar I was drinking before with the drinks,
like the
because
lemonades.
non-carbonated stuff. Yeah, most lemonades were pretty low calorie, but just a lot of the other drinks that were, I mean, Powerade has a ton of sugar in it. Gatorade, Powerade, some of the lemonades did. So I'm definitely not drinking as much sugar as I used to.
Oh, good.
That's good. But
All right,
then I'm
what's
drinking
next?
a lot of soda.
Oh, a lot of soda.
All right, so the next on the list, and it seems to be kind of a new Earth fad because of technology is easier to transport, but just backyard movie nights or even movies in the park. I think this weekend they're doing Princess Bride at the Real Stadium.
Oh, wow.
That'd be kind
Another
of
movie
fun.
I
And
just showed my family, my kids for the
Princess
first
Bride, so that'd be kind of fun. I think it says you can even bring outside food, so it'd
time. Hmm.
be fun to go sit on the grass. Is it even called Rio Tinto Stadium anymore? Or is there something
It's
else?
in
Is it
America
America First
First.
Field? So that'd be fun. But that seems to be a really popular thing now because you can buy a projector and you just use your phone, whatever. Like technology's come a long ways to be able to make it more accessible to do stuff like that.
Yeah, I need to get it back up and running in my backyard.
And I guess tell this year, doing the drive-in theater was another fun thing. They're gone, hard to find. And then a lot of times we did the backyard nights, you would do like sometimes you'll have like the fire pit and do s'mores and stuff like that. So good, clean fun. And I forgot to add the Bear Lake thing because it's never on top of mind. Because I've only been a few times Lake Powell. We should have said Lake Powell trips. I feel like a lot of people go to
Mm,
Lake Powell in the summer.
never been.
Never been Lake Powell? Interesting. I've been maybe at least twice. I can remember maybe 3 times, but I think twice, maybe only twice. Once as a youth and the once after. Actually, with my wife when I was dating her, we went on a houseboat. So I've been on a houseboat once. That was fun.
Nice.
Cliff jumping there's fun. Fishing's fun. Shoot, we were gonna change out hammocking for something. What was it? You said something very profound. I can't remember. Oh, toilet papering.
Oh yeah, you said that, not me.
Okay.
That's why you're
You
like,
want
oh, it
to
was so profound. Oh, because it was my idea.
That's because it was me. That's why I can't remember you saying it because you didn't.
Because I didn't say it. Number 8.
Number 8 is causing mischief.
Hmm.
You don't really do it much anymore, but this is maybe
Well,
for
we don't
more
for
for me.
sure.
We don't. It's well, a lot of kids don't do it anymore because it's too easy to get caught. But
Mm.
I'm
Cameras
going back
everywhere.
to cameras everywhere. But toilet papering, we did a lot of as kids.
Doorbell
There's
ditching.
oh, this is what kind of made me think it. There's one thing. So just causing mischief is what you got to put in. So here's what we used to do. We got it from one of our scout leaders told us. You get the swivel from a fish hook and you put it onto somebody's window screen,
The
and you have the
pennies.
fishing line. That's penny tapping. That's another one. But
Oh.
you pull the fishing line and you get like a wet washcloth or kind of a damp washcloth, and you rub it on the. So you pull the string tight against the screen, and you start rubbing the fish line, and it makes this weird, like almost like ghost sounding, like moan throughout the
Hmm.
house. So we did that a lot, and then you got the penny tapping, like you're talking about. It's kind of like a way to doorbell ditch with the fishing line. But my friend said, and this is what you triggered me to think of it, is they would go to the pond and grab a duck, and then you know how people have their doors and their screen doors.
Hmm.
They would put the duck between the screen door and the door and shut it, and then knock on the door.
Yeah,
Did you do that?
I almost did. We were never able to capture the duck, but that was the original plan. We just never got around to
I'm
it.
like, how did I not know about this? That just sounds hilarious.
Oh, sounds stressful.
Because what we used to, when I don't know if you know this because you're too young, but back in my day, the garbage men, they would you put any garbage cans you had out at the curb, and then they would come by and pick them up and dump them. Did you know that? They didn't always used to have that mechanical arm that grabbed your trash cans.
I mean, I
So
assumed, but
you'd go to Lowe's or
thought that
Home
was like in the
Depot and
'50s.
you buy like a trash can or even trash bags. So you just put your trash at the curb and then they come and throw it into the thing. So when they started coming out with the trash cans we know today, and they're delivering them to our neighborhood, we were teenagers. So what we would do is when one of our friends would, we were pushing everybody around in them, and when somebody new came over and wanted to be pushed around and they didn't know we were going to do it, we would push them because you put them inside the garbage can and you close the lid and you push them around. They can't see anything. We would push them to a neighbor's house and then knock the door and then run. So they would pop out of the garbage again when the person would open the door, and just that awkward moment, they don't know.
Why am I here?
Just very awkward. I thought it was hilarious, but
A
so we
dumb
did
one
stuff
we
like
did
that.
was kind of a variation of the doorbell ditching, but we would bang on people's garages, which is
Oh,
not a good idea because sometimes you break the garage, which we did.
oh no, or even just dent the garage because it's just
Yeah.
aluminum.
I mean, it's nice. It's a nice loud sound, so it gets people's attention. But yeah, and I think we did it. Whose garage did we break? We weren't with the girl whose garage door we broke, but we definitely broke somebody's garage door. And so not good.
No, but there's a lot of stuff. Like toilet papering was the big one. We thought that was fun.
You can cause
But
mischief without causing massive property damage.
yeah, a couple other things we can't mention, but definitely if you got caught today, you'd be in bigger doo doo, and it's easier to get caught with all the cameras.
Yes.
So
Have a little
moving
mischief,
on,
not too much.
yeah, because sometimes we get mischief. We all do.
We all do.
Number 9 says camping with friends or youth camps. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't say Boy Scout camps. I realized I hated camping growing up with
Same.
scouts. And then when I went as a teenager, older teenager, high school age, with my friends, like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. But I don't like being forced to go camping, if that makes any sense, and having like an agenda of what
Yeah.
activities you have to do. I just want to go camp with my friends,
It
hang
felt
out.
more like work with scouts. Like it was like chores.
Yeah. And a lot of times you have a service project that you have to do and you're working, and then it's just fun to go with the guys and hang out and
We need to go. We've never
swap
gone.
manly stories, and then in the morning make waffles. I can make waffles
And in
camping.
the morning, I'm making
I'm making
waffles.
waffles.
Let's go camping, man.
Yeah,
Let's figure it out one of these
we
days.
should. Well, we need to go to like that haunted campsite or
Mm,
trail.
that's right.
Do it later in the year. But yeah, camping, fishing, camping, good stuff. And then this one, I guess we kind of with the mischief, but night games. I feel like night games are slowly making a comeback. Do you feel like that, or
Uh,
did you play night games? Are you the generation that stopped it?
no, I mean we did, but I'm trying to now I'm thinking back. Our night games were doing the garage doors and other
Well,
mischief.
that's like mischief, but like just like,
What's
did
a
you ever
night
play like?
like
Did
kick the can?
you guys play kick the can
I
or
did at Mill
capture
Hollow.
the flag?
I, see all things I did at night, but on scout camps. I don't know if we did we do night games?
Really?
Like we play like sports at night. We do like a
Hmm.
you know, what's that game? Jackpot at night in the street. I'm just
Jack
trying to think about
jackpot. Back the truck up. What's jackpot?
The one where you throw the ball and then you say, 500
Oh,
points
flies up, flies up.
flies up. Yeah, we call it jackpot.
Okay.
I did that at night a lot. What else would be construed as night games? I mean,
So my neighborhood, probably until I was about 15, we would watch TGIF.
okay.
Do you even know what that is?
I'm
Full
aware.
House, Family Members, or Family Matters. And then
Uh-huh.
after TGIF was over, we'd go outside. Everybody gathered around. Even people from neighboring neighborhoods would come over and we'd play night games. The big one was Capture the Flag. And we'd play we'd have like three houses on one side of the street was like the territory and vice versa. And we'd play Kick the Can. But another thing too, we'd be so loud that the neighbor would come and yell at us a lot. And he said some bad words sometimes. But yeah, we played night games, and it got to the point to where it just became a habit that we'd even try to do it late into the year when it started snowing and stuff like
Oh
that. We
yeah.
just try to keep playing, but it eventually get too cold and we wouldn't. But
I think
we
capture the flag
definitely
was the one we did the most.
that one was fun. But yeah, I feel like I guess you could just say that falls into the pickleball and everything else, right? Just playing any type of game at night and being outside, jumping on the trampoline.
What makes you think it's making a comeback?
I just feel like I've haven't heard. Maybe I just haven't paid attention, but I'd never really see kids playing at night. But like my daughter, who's a little more social, maybe that's it too. That I haven't really had a kid. Like she went to her cousin's house a couple weeks ago, and when we went over there, she's like, "Oh, they're across the street playing night games with the neighbors." And then she's done some with the kids here in our neighborhood, and she's gone to her friend's neighborhood over by you and done night games before. So I just feel like kids are getting outside a little bit more than they used to. But man, like growing up, like you would get on your bike and you just ride around the neighborhood till you found somebody playing something, and then you'd ask to join. And now you drive around neighborhoods and you don't see, you'll see it, but it's rare that you find somebody playing a pickup basketball game or football or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was very common for us as kids. Like that whole thing of like your parents would just send you outside when you got home from school or in the summer, and then you just came home around dinner time.
Can we do it
And
again? Can we bring back night games, but as adults?
ooh, adult night games. That'd be awesome.
Well, let's not call it adult night games. That sounds weird.
They will have pineapple.
I already play those.
Adult night games. We'll have a big neon sign. Adult
Facebook
night games.
on Facebook. Come to our
Come
adult night
play.
games.
Come play some adult night games. We have like 100 people show up. Oh,
$5 entry. Throw your keys in the bowl.
I know. I was at Smith's. I don't know. I would know I was at Smith's a couple weeks ago. I was gonna say I know what I want to do outside of adult games. I was at Smith's a couple weeks ago after playing pickleball on a Saturday, and they have the Smith Marketplace on 90 still has the or the media. What did you call that? Kind of video game section or TV section,
Okay. Yeah,
electronics
electronics, right?
section. So all their TVs were playing ESPN The Ocho, and it was a kickball tournament. I'm like, I want to play in a kickball league
Ooh, dude, kickball
before
sounds
my knees
so
are.
fun.
So I want to try that. It looks so fun, and I've been watching a few clips on the YouTubes and stuff lately of it, and it looks fun. And then right after that, when I got home, I turned it on my TV to see if it was still on. Wasn't playing anymore, but it was a rock skipping contest they were showing. So I think the Ocho is like my new favorite channel. They have all these crazy sports that they show. But yeah, that'd be fun to do. Like you could do a nighttime kickball tournament as an adult in your adult games,
Yeah.
and then pickleball, obviously.
Yeah, we should try and do that. Kickball would be fun. I bet we could get a group together to play kickball. We could go over to the Your stake center. That's a good spot
Yeah,
for it. Baseball diamond. I
I
played
was
many
wondering.
kickball games there.
I was wondering, like, would anybody have a strong enough leg though to kick it over onto 62?
No, that's so far.
That's what I was wondering. I don't know.
I don't think the ball can even travel like
That's
that.
what I was wondering. Like a regular kickball, the ones they're using are pretty big and bouncy.
Mm,
So I couldn't imagine. And it seems like when I watched the tournament, it wasn't about because I think if you try kicking it far, you're in trouble because people are just going to catch it right because it just floats.
right.
So a lot of people are doing like
In the line
strategic, like
drive.
yeah, line drives or just kind of try to tap it down the sideline or whatever. So, but yeah, let's do it. Let's see if we can get some people together and do a kickball late night kickball.
Let us know if you'd like to play kickball with us or capture the flag. I'll play some capture the flag too. I don't care.
Ooh,
I'm not going to go toilet papering.
but capture the flag. You have to have obstacles, right?
I mean,
So you
it's
kind of
perfect on
gotta
a street, just like
neighborhood.
my neighborhood. Do you know where I used to live? Where I grew up? I don't even know
Mm-hmm.
if you've been at that house
Yeah,
before. So we just
yeah.
would play
Well,
on that
your
street.
houses are pretty tight, like really close to each other.
Mm-hmm. It was a perfect. We just set up, here's the boundaries between this house and this house, and there's plenty of places to hide a glow
Yeah.
stick.
Is that what you guys use? A glow stick as the flag, so you
Mm-hmm.
can see the person running away with it.
Well, that or it's at night, so it's a lot easier to see a glow stick than whatever else it may be, right? But glow stick
Yeah, we'd
night,
be like,
glow stick capture flag is a blast.
yeah, we'd be like in trees, bushes, jumping down in window wells,
Ooh,
trying to hide from everybody. It's good, good, clean fun.
good, clean fun. Let's bring it
But
back.
I've never done it, but I've heard. I've never done paintballing, but I've heard people do the paintball capture the
Mm,
flag. That'd be fun too.
that would be fun. I've
But
never done paintball or.
that's
Ooh,
not
remember
free.
airsoft, dude? Airsoft. Was that before after your time?
It was, yeah. I was like in my 20s when that kind of came about, the airsoft stuff.
Yeah, we did a lot of airsoft. That would have been another night game type activity to do. That was a lot of fun. Either way, let us know what got left off this teenager summer fun list. What
What are kids going to do this summer outside of
what are
video
you
games?
gonna do? What are you gonna do this summer? Let us
Ooh.
know. And also let us know if you'd like to join our adult night games or our adult kickball, and we'll set it up.
Go to www.adulttime.com.
XXX XXX
We'll call it the X Games. X
adult
adult
adult X
X.
games.
Yeah,
It's the official start of summer, people. Hope you have a wonderful summer. We're not going away, but our episodes are going to be very, I don't want to say focused. They're not going to be focused, very topic focused
there you
going
go.
forward as we begin a whole summer of a fun summer topic. So hopefully you'll join us as we do that. But Nate and I are going to stay busy. We're going to do some field trips this summer, build up our arsenal for future episodes, but it's gonna be a good time. Hope you join along starting next week. And as always, thanks for listening to This Is a Place podcast.
And this was a topic we just talked about.
Thanks, assistant to Nate. Assistant to the Nate.
Nate's assistant.